weekend, and the concert was on a Wednesday, which I was like, what the fuck? But I ended up just taking like basically the whole week off, and I saw my parents, I saw my family for a little bit, and then I stayed with, because Alex's dad lives in Toronto, so we just stayed with him for a few days, and then we went together. I didn't realize though, literally until I got there, that there were 2 openers. So my brain was like, I was like, okay, doors open at 6, concert starts at 7, I'll be out by 9, perfect, like it'll be a good time. No, the Half-Life started at 9. I was like, by the end of it, I was like before it was like 8:30. I was like, bro, my feet hurt so much, my back hurts, I'm tired, it's my bedtime, I'm too old for this.
Let me go to bed.
Let me go to bed. Well, yeah. They definitely were when we left, yeah. But as soon as the music started, I got really hyped, and so I forgot about my achy feet and back. But yeah, it was really good. Oh, then we went to the aquarium in Toronto.
I love the aquarium.
Yeah. I hadn't been in
That's Ripley's, yeah?
Yeah.
Ripley's?
Ripley's, yeah. It opened when I was in like high school, so. But I'm trying to remember if I've been. I don't know if I've been or if that was a different aquarium. But it was good. It was fun. Yeah, it was a good time. Saw some sharks. lots of fish.
Lots of fish.
My favorite was there's a tank of cuttlefish, and they look so silly. I love them. But yeah.
The big octopus. I can't remember what her name is. Did you see the octopus?
No, there's an octopus. I didn't see the octopus.
She doesn't. She hides, I think, for a lot of it. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I took some cool photos of the jellyfish tank that I'm very proud of. But yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, it was a nice week, but I was waking up really late every day, and then taking my medication, and then being way too wired at like 2 in the morning and not being able to fall asleep. So I'm hoping this week I can fix my sleep cycle, because I'm just I'm like my body is tired, my eyes feel tired, but because I'm on the Vyvanse, it's my brain's literally like, let's go, time to do things.
I can imagine. I'm just gonna run upstairs and make a cup of tea. Nobody tell Risha about the one shot.
I was gonna ask.
Don't say anything.
Shit, fuck, okay.
You're not allowed?
No.
You should have been there for this one shot. It was intense. The details that I will tell you are just
That's crazy, man. Well, I guess I'll find out. Devin, are you watching the Sens game? Why you look intense? Okay, that's why.
So nerve-wracking. It's so nerve-wracking.
Who are they playing?
Why? Because they're being so bad. Toronto.
Again?
Fucking Bracebridge. Love. Fucking. There were so many words.
Do we want to talk about the score of last game, or do we want to talk about the current score of this game? Just pick one, dude. Just pick one.
I want to talk about me having the ability to fucking mute you right now. User volume 0%. Bye.
I can go in the chat, motherfucker.
I'm out.
Do you guys ever catch the PWHL games?
I haven't watched them myself, but I know because Domi works for OSEG, so she
OSEG.
Yeah. She goes to them often because she gets tickets, and yeah.
It's kind of fun.
I don't know how the
I have a
auto
couple friends that go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know much about them. Not really a hockey rural.
Yeah, me neither. So I know.
Oh shit.
I know mostly what I learned through osmosis from other people. So yeah. Hello, Alex. What the fuck?
Concerning.
Oh, man.
Oh, he's on mute.
He's on mute.
Hello.
Why
Can't
you
be real.
sound like that?
Because I can.
Okay.
Wow, your hair's different every time you come on screen.
Right?
Are you alive? You sound kind of tired.
No, I'm fine. Just chilling.
All right.
Uh.
All right. So you guys probably will want offline dice for today's session.
Oh, what the fuck?
Just gonna throw that out there now.
Why?
You'll find out. Offline dice. Real
What
dice.
if we
Physical.
cannot?
If you don't worry about
That's how
it.
much damage he's gonna do.
Like... Paint me a word picture. How's
I'll
it
have to
going,
buy some on
Alex?
Amazon.
Look fast
That's
as
good.
fuck. Let me see your sourdough.
How are you?
This is gonna be such a distracted session. I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah. You're just gonna be yapping the whole time.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
We got
This,
2 breads.
this one should be a bit more lighthearted.
Here, don't worry.
Are they breads gonna be there when we're there? Ooh, look at that flat boy.
It's a cracker.
Bro made an
Actually
unleavened bread.
Yeah, I fucked up. That's alright, it's good.
Edible.
Look at this thick boy. Look at this cake.
Oh shit, boy! Look at the caramelization on
Look at
that.
this.
That's a beauty.
What tight
Tight
crumb?
crumb.
Yeah.
Get out of here, Hammer.
Twin.
Can't steal my shit.
Oh, I did.
Wow, shut up.
That was with you.
I said first. I said first, bitch.
Okay.
Alex, you sound a lot better today than normal.
Refer to what? Oh, thank you, I guess.
Classic. You just sound like
Compared to
shit.
every day. Yeah, on this fucking feed. Am I crazy? Everybody's like, you sound so crazy, and now you're like, I'm logging off. Fuck it.
He never hears himself, so.
Maybe you can finally hear properly.
I love the sound. The second you said that, the sound starts coming through his fucking mic like crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, are you like sitting right beside a wind tunnel or what the fuck was that?
What is that? Yeah.
The wind. Wind do be coming in.
Yeah. It is a wind.
That's the sound of the Australian Ocean.
It's like, oh yeah, like.
Damn, that's crazy.
You can't complain about that.
Yeah.
He's too nice.
You don't get the views because you wouldn't be able to see me. You gotta pick one. And I know you pick me.
Yeah, always.
Always,
Man,
baby.
I
Always.
feel so much better than I did on Saturday morning's session. I was so fucking like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I couldn't think straight. I couldn't fucking do anything. It was brutal. I was so bad that I feel like I missed like key things I wanted to tell you guys. But it's fine.
Oh,
We're
well.
here now.
I was sleeping.
Good call. I wish I was. I don't think 7 a.m. ones work well for me.
Are you in like an arcade?
I I added a background on.
Oh,
There's Alex. I added a background on because my apartment's
like
really
old
messy.
man had to like put my face like near my screen.
Get real close to the camera. Lurel did it too.
It's okay. I'm sure my camera's so pixely nobody can even see anything that's going on in the back. But
Yeah, my
See that was
apartment's
Paw Patrol.
yes, it was Paw Patrol.
My apartment's
Or
super
there was
messy,
Paw Patrol,
so-
and then there was Rubble and Crew. Sorry, it wasn't Paw Patrol. It was Rubble and Crew, which is a spin-off.
Its own thing.
Super different.
Yeah. Get your head in your ass, Amber.
Sorry, I'm not a scholar.
God, it's clearly Rubble. Idiot.
All right, we ready to get this rocking and
Yeah,
rolling?
Stephanie just said she was impressed you.
All right. So, last we left off, the Feywild, though vibrant and strange, had offered a rare moment of calm. Bathed in the shimmering glow of its twilight sky, the AV Club found rest at last, tucked among the basic barracks of the Netherese encampment. A brief respite from their spiraling path through storms, cults, and empires. But peace is fleeting. As dawn creeps across the canopy of alien leaves, a sudden gasp pierces the air. Then another, and another. One by one, Tyr, Romark, Merla, and Wisp bolt upright from their slumber, clutching at their chests as though they'd been struck down. Faces pale, breaths ragged. The pain is gone, but something lingers. Across the room, Saya and the other companions of the AV Club stirs, blinking awake to find your companions wide-eyed and trembling, shaking by something deeper than a nightmare.
Yo, was anyone else a dwarf other than Tyr in that dream?
I've never felt stronger
I was
and weaker.
I was so young.
Wait,
Yeah, you look young.
What are you guys? What are you guys
You're
talking
scaring your
about?
fucking mic, Alex.
I'm like waking up. I'm like bleary eyed, and I'm like, what's going on? What are you guys talking about? Dwarf? Where? There's only one. It's Tyr.
It is indeed.
See, Maisie sits up too, and she kind of rubs the sleep from her eyes. Yuki's kind of curled up on the bed, and you can tell just from his snores that he's gotten into something and is pretty drunk. He does not stir at all. But Maisie kind of sits up and she surveys the lot of you. What happened?
Well, somebody took it away.
It was a dream of all dreams. It felt more real than I felt recently.
You all seem to share this dream?
Years ago. Well, I can't. I saw old friends of mine, old colleagues that I'd worked with day after day. Unfortunately, these friends have now since passed. But it seems like most of us were there at the same time, even though I know, logically speaking, they weren't there.
Wait, are you saying this was a memory and not a dream?
It was a memory for me. It felt like it had
So
that these events had happened.
your memory.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. It cut out on me.
I dreamed your memory, Tyr.
It seems like it.
What psychic powers are these of yours, Tyr? I felt like I was there.
Oh, I didn't do shit. Unless I was one strong cask of ale that we had last night. I don't know.
Tyr, is that? I point at some like scar thing that look. Is that new?
Oh, this has been around for years. Before my adventurous times.
What was that monstrosity we all dreamed of? I think we all dreamed of.
It was
Not
like
me.
an
I
apparition
was
or-
asleep.
Unfortunately, I still to this day do not know.
Were you? Wait, Merla, you were there, right? You tried to shoot it with an arrow and it did nothing, right?
I can still feel my body being splatted on the ground.
Oh yeah, I forgot I died. That was wicked. I plummeted down the canyons into the abyss and woke up.
Crunch, crunch.
I just remember. All I remember is not knowing if I was going to make it out. The constant, just every pull forward, I thought was going to be my last.
As you guys are like reciting this, you don't quite notice it at first, but you see that Maisie's begun jotting down notes in her kind of hand, like her specific cursive, and she's very keenly listening to this conversation.
What set me on this adventure in the start was, oddly enough, that very memory is what drove me to seek help. Seek somewhere else that might have had answers for us. And, I mean, I think we're all aware of how stubborn my kind can be on the best of days.
Well, if they're just as stubborn as you are, then yeah, they're stubborn. Right?
Oh, I'm seen as the easygoing one.
Maisie
Wow.
kind of looks across to you and goes, "So let me get this straight. This was a memory that you all seem to share in, except for you, Saya?"
I guess because I don't sleep, so
Neither do I. That could be an indicator.
I just kind of, I don't know, lay there real still and sort of rest.
Meditate.
Meditate, yeah.
Do you pretend to sleep? What,
I mean,
what
I
I'm asking
could.
is, why have we been taking turns in our watches when you can just stay awake all night for us?
I need to rest. I don't need to sleep per se, but I do need to rest.
Hey, don't you meditate?
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Bro's locking in.
Yeah.
So you
What if it was-
saw something that killed you? What city did you say you're from, Tyr?
Oh, can't hear you, can't hear you.
You're muted. You're muted.
He's got to think about it.
I want to know how it's spelled anyway, so type it out, you know. Iron Hills.
Ah.
Oh, okay.
Was this memory in Thuldrum?
He's got accents. Is that like the city
Yes.
state country?
Yes, the third room was the city within the Iron Hills. There's multiple cities within the Iron Hills, but we were in the deep mines.
I
at
guess
this
the
point.
sense scored.
She
Judging by Devon.
yeah, You can see her like writing a little bit faster now. She's taking this down. And what exactly did you see in this memory? Was there anything that stood out that was odd?
Everything was very real.
So much blood.
It was like it was just happening, even though it had happened so long ago.
It's not that common to share a memory or dream, depending on the state. This is very, very interesting. Do you mind if I send this off to report this to the High Harpers?
That's up to you, Tyr. It's your business.
I mean, it could only help at this point. I came looking for help, and that's kind of our best option forward.
She kind of nods and goes, okay. Give me a moment, and steps outside. Merlo, looked like you were trying to say something earlier.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's real. I don't know. My brain is still hazy from the crunch.
The crunch.
What? When I died in Dreamland.
Oh God.
Stomp, stomp. This dream was rooted in Tyr's life or psyche, and only the magic wielders were pulled into it. Maybe that has something to do with how this happened and why Saya didn't get scooped in. Or maybe it's meaningless.
Wait, Saya doesn't know any magic? She's an elf, though.
She's a rogue. And I don't think they naturally wield magic.
Yeah, I mean, I have Fey ancestry and stuff, but I don't use any magic. The only magic I have is from my little bracer thingy. I can go boop, boop, with some poison or acid or something. But yeah, I just stab. I never had an affinity for magic. I just stab.
I don't know. How long ago was this memory, Tyr?
Years. Must have been 4 or 5 years ago now. At least.
Have you heard tell from...
And are you trying to go back?
I haven't heard anything from them since. I haven't sent any word back until I have good news. I wouldn't want to send them anything else. But I have yet to find the help that I believe we require. Nobody seems like they would be up to the task.
A sad sentiment.
You need a whole army for this thing. It had dug a mountain beneath a mountain. This cavern was endless.
The core of the earth.
So as you guys are speaking, Maisie steps back into the room and she says, okay, message has been sent. I don't know how long it will take for it to return here. She sets a piece of paper down on the bed, and it's completely blank, but it's just a small, probably, a couple inches by a couple inches. And she says, but whatever message they send will appear here and then disappear within a few minutes. She kind of sits down on the bed and kind of gently strokes Yuki's head. And then slowly, one by one, letters begin to appear on the page. You can see she grabs it really quickly and reads as the words begin to appear. And she kind of sets it down and shows the rest of you. And you can read on the page that says, Ripple detected an astral convergence near your location. Suggest local investigation. Avoid netheril involvement. Report findings immediately. And following that, there's a handful of unrecognizable characters, which you would assume is some sort of coordinates.
So wait, we don't involve the Netheril, but we're taking orders from the Netheril right now, right?
No, this is the Harpers.
The Harpers. Sorry. All right, guys. What do you say?
He's locking in.
Locking in. In 30 seconds for 20 full minutes. While they third intermission has.
As
I stand up, ready to lock in.
she kind of stands up, and you see Maisie stands up and paces a little bit, kind of lost in thought, and you can see Yuki kind of seems to wake up a little bit, and he looks down at the characters, and then seems to get really excited, and he kind of gets up and goes to jump onto her shoulder and completely misses, and then lands with this like really heavy thud on the ground. He kind of gets up and brushes himself off, but he's clearly incredibly drunk still, and very unsteady. the laughing lounge. We have to go, Maisie. You're gonna love it. And Maisie kind of looks down and kind of scoops him up, and he kind of sloughs across her shoulders a little bit, and she kind of shakes her head, and then you can see now she's kicked what looks like 2 or 3 empty wine jugs from underneath the bed, that you would probably assume that he's stolen from the encampment. And she kind of looks up at you all and goes, "Look, I don't want to strong arm y'all. I seem to have a lot on your plate, but I don't think we should help Netheril a whole lot more until we get more answers from the Harpers. Something about that vision, dream, memory, whatever. Something about it doesn't sit right with me. And I know the Harpers will have some sort of response. But if y'all are willing, we could use extra help here."
Well, yeah, I'm in. I'm game.
Yep.
I'm locked in.
Yeah, I think honestly, from what I know, I trust the Harpers more than I do the Netherese army. So
Yeah, I agree.
they seem to be.
Fuck General Skara. I mean, General Skara's handsome.
Yeah, that robot can totally get it.
Yo,
You're looking for the sauce, you look in Skara's direction.
Well, I don't know if I agree with that, but I'm grateful to have your guys' help on this this mission. Yuki, the Laughing Lounge, you said, yeah, it's not that it's not that far from here, but it is a good time. So you guys heading out?
What are we waiting for?
Onwards, companions.
Yeah, so you guys kind of set out, and you make your way through this small camp, and you see lots of Netherese soldiers still kind of milling around. Some of them, now that the light never really sets in the Feywild, it just becomes like a very soft, rosy kind of twilight, and then the light begins to get lighter again as day kind of comes. And now that day's arrived, and you have a little bit of a better sense of this encampment. You're a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more time to yourselves, having rushed into it literally the previous night. But you make your way through it, and you eventually come to a path that just looks like it leads straight into the kind of surrounding wooden wall. There's not really any, you don't see any gate or anything like that. But you do, as you kind of approach, you see a handful of guards kind of standing in an area where it looks like there would be a gate. You can see the kind of the bright red grasses. There's a worn path here that leads into straight into the bottom of the wall. And as you approach, they kind of look to you with a little bit of a confused look on their faces. Not used to seeing, not necessarily civilians, but adventurers such as yourselves leaving willingly through the exit of the camp. You can see that one guy kind of steps up. He's a little bit younger. He's got is clean shaven. You can see that he has this one scar kind of across the side of his temple, and this kind of like sandy blonde hair. But he looks to you all and kind of goes, "All right, are you guys headed out?"
Yeah, thanks for the nap. But we're gonna go now.
Are you sure?
Oh yeah, bud.
Appreciate.
Do you have any goods that might help us on the road?
I've got nothing. We're just stationed here at the door, but you know what's out there, right?
No. What's out there?
Oh, almost everything you can't imagine. He kind of looks down at Yuki on Maisie's shoulders
So
and
not
says,
much.
depends on the imagination, I suppose, but it's, well, I guess you'll see. He kind of steps aside, and as he does, he taps the bottom of his spear against the specific rune on the gate, and the wall slides down into the ground. You can see it just opens up, and as you pass out to the exterior of the walls, it very quickly rises again. And now that you're on the outside, you get a better sense of your surroundings, and you see these rolling hills of red grasses that are at places hip deep, and then at other places very short. And you can see there are trees with this kind of like violet purple bark kind of looking thing on it that drip. Kind of like a weeping willow, but it looks more like tendons or tendrils dripping down off the top of it. You see in the far distance small floating, what look like floating islands, but they're very rounded, like teardrop shaped almost, as they kind of fly through the air. And you get the impression that they're actively flying because they seem to be moving quickly. But Yuki kind of drops down. You guys sing?
Teardrop shape.
Oh, I see. But you see Yuki kind of jumps down and goes, "Come on, guys, I know the way," and he begins to kind of gallop. And as you do, you didn't notice before, but his appearance is altered a little bit. His arms are a little bit longer, and his mouth is a little bit more fox-like than the raccoon that you'd previously gotten to know. And any of you that would know what a tanuki is he's a fey creature. So being here in his home, he's in his habitat. This is where he was meant to always be. But his form and his shape become a little bit more exaggerated and a little bit more terrifying looking, and like his eyes are quite large now. But he's still clearly plastered. He's begins running and kind of stumbles, and he lands on all fours, and he begins to just continue galloping, and he's pretty quick. So as you all head out into the wilderness, following this drunken raccoon dog, you begin to question whether he actually does know the way, as he every now and then has to double back and kind of, hang on a second, yeah, it's this way, and he leads you off in another direction that was not the original direction you were headed. Eventually you find yourself in this forest with these towering, they look almost like redwoods, but very alien. They have silvery leaves on this really dark, almost purple bark. And as you approach, they are the size of like what we would assume like a redwood would be. But as you continue in further and further, what at one point looked like neat lines of these trees stacked up, you realize that it's not perspective that you're seeing. The trees are literally becoming smaller and smaller and thinner, and becoming almost like bars that are kind of blocking you in. You don't even realize as it's happening what's occurred, and you realize now that you've effectively gotten to a pinch point. And you see Yuki kind of pauses for a second. Fuck, not this guy. And as he does, this huge mushroom erupts up and out of the ground. This thing has bioluminescent. It has big red spots and white kind of flesh, I guess. But as it kind of erupts very quickly up and out of the ground, it is about 6.5 feet tall and about 4 feet wide. Like, this thing's huge. And a kind of gnomish frog-like face appears, not on the top of it, but like in the middle of what you would assume maybe a chest or like the stalk. "Halt, wanderers of mist and moon. To pass the sacred path of giggles and gloom, you must answer a riddle or face the consequences of tickled doom." And you can see Yuki's like, fuck. And he kind of kicks one of the trees and then just kind of curls up and pulls out a flask and begins to drink.
Who the fuck is this guy?
Wait, can I just like go up to the mushroom and be like, "You shall let us pass"?
Are you gonna do anything else? You're just gonna say that?
Yeah.
He just kind of laughs in your face. And as he does, a little plume of spores kind of erupt out of the top of it. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh fuck!
Just Devin?
Again, just Romark.
Hey, I didn't touch it. Fucking Nemo touched the butt.
You are poisoned for 1 minute, but all you can do is laugh. You were just racked with laughter, and you cannot do anything as you're like bent over and half laughing. Ha! It's funny, eh? Choose your doom. Riddle the first, second, or third, unless you prefer to dance with the sneeze bees instead.
Dave's looking at me like I'm
I fucking love it.
Romark's like rolling on the ground, like just fucking. He can't catch his breath. He's like he's laughing so hard.
I love how right as Devin's able to zone in, now he's just stuck laughing for a minute.
But he's locked in.
Yeah, he's locked in. Let's go.
I'm so laughing. I'm like,
Okay. Have we gotten the riddle? What's the riddle?
You have not. Riddle 1. I shrink smaller the more you use me, yet I'm never truly gone. What am I?
Bar of soap.
Oh! An enlightened one amongst you. Very good, very good. Forward I'm heavy, backward I'm not. What am I?
Forward, I'm heavy. Backward, I'm not. What am I?
the earth.
Oh, you think so? And another poof of spores. Make another Constitution saving throw.
Romark, no!
Again, you just become like this poison. You just racked with laughter, like Tasha's hideous laughter. Basically, you just can't do anything but like wheeze on the ground, curled up. And you can see at this point, Yuki's like kind of laid back a little bit, kind of lounging in the what would be the sunlight. He's kind of, it's a lot funnier when it's not me. You guys got this though.
Forward,
Can you
I'm
repeat the riddle?
Wait, you know the answer?
Forward, I'm heavy. Backward, I'm not.
Forward, I'm heavy.
Sorry,
backward,
forward,
I'm
heavy,
not.
backward.
What am I?
Not a teeter-totter. That doesn't make sense.
A ton.
Oh, very good.
A tongue?
Oh,
ton.
yeah, spelled
Ton.
backwards is
Yours is
not.
not.
You son of
Excellent,
a bitch.
excellent. And now for riddle 3. He's sworn to serve the light and right, but snatches coin when out of sight. With justice loud, he takes the lead, then pockets tip with gleeful speed. Who is he?
Definitely Romark.
Oh, well done, well done. And you don't even notice, but there's a second one that's appeared beside Romark, and he kind of gives him a nudge and says, it sounds about right, doesn't it? As he does this, his head kind of opens up even further, and he says, "This was excellent. Thank you most, my friends." And you see more spores pour out, but these ones look a little bit different. They kind of glitter and glow in the light, and as they do, and they touch the kind of like the wood stalks that made up this forest pinch point, the forest almost like separates and opens and reveals this path. But you may pass, travelers, for wit is a blade keener than steel. But beware, this forest remembers laughter, and it remembers silence. And you see Yuki kind of walks up and fucking kicks him, and then goes, "Fuck off, you old toad," and starts walking down the path.
Jesus.
So,
Oh my god.
as you guys continue, this kind of forest begins to kind of open up again, but it's not too long before you enter out into like this kind of clearing, and you can see the walls of this clearing kind of all slope upwards, and it's almost like like a crater sort of thing is formed here. But you can see lots of like bioluminescent mosses and small floating plants that kind of glow faintly. That kind of all ring the outside. But what dominates kind of the center and the back of this clearing, you see this massive fallen tree. Bigger than almost any other tree you've seen, bigger than anything you've seen growing around here. Like it looks like it was transplanted almost. But you can see the inside of it's been hollowed out, and where the kind of cracks of where it had fallen formed the almost like the laughing maw of a fox. But you can see Yuki begins to sprint across this little clearing now on all fours, and he's like, "Come on, we made it! It's the laughing den!" And as you approach this thing, you get flooded with this like warm air that's scented with like honey mushrooms, and you get this like faint smell of like petrichor. You can hear laughter inside and the clink of wooden mugs and the chittering of hundreds of strange creatures within. But Yuki kind of turns right before he goes in and says, "Hey, this is a neutral zone guarded by Fey law, where even the most dangerous tricksters are bound. So be careful." And he turns and disappears inside before you even can say anything back to him.
Cool.
What, did we lose sight of Yuki?
He's gone. Yeah, he's vanished.
Fucking son of a bitch. What are we doing here again?
Yep. Getting fucked, apparently.
You're helping Maisie.
There was a ripple.
Oh, is Maisie with us?
Maisie's with you, yeah.
Easy and Yuki.
Because the Harpers said there was a ripple in the astral like area near us, and they wanted local investigation.
Yeah.
All right, Romark is gonna take the backseat on this one. I'm scared. I don't want to get into too much trouble.
And he's also watching the hockey game.
Yeah, the game's about.
Oh, I know. I have it on my phone right beside me.
So as you approach this entry
But
where
unlike you, I'm choosing my friends over the hockey game.
It's only every 8 years the sense of playoffs. We have this.
Yeah, that's fair.
So as you guys approach the kind of like entrance to this this den, so to say, right where you saw Yuki kind of disappear in what is clearly some sort of a door, as you set foot on it, a branch suddenly kind of appears across you and goes, you have to pay the toll. And you turn and you see a shrub wearing a little black vest who stands guard next to the door.
What
Wait,
is the toll, Mr. Shrub?
It's Mrs. Shrub, and you have to pay with a laugh. If you can make me laugh,
Romark?
you have entry.
A shrub.
Oh god. Okay. Cool. Shit. Anybody know any jokes?
All I got is dad jokes for the last 3 years.
Let's hear one.
Oh man. Which side of the turkey has more feathers?
Ooh, what? What's a turkey?
The outside.
Make a performance check.
Oh.
I've never heard that before.
Do all of us need to give a laugh or just one?
One laugh per soul to enter.
Fuck.
You can always team up if you'd like, if you have some sort of pantomime. Even with advantage or disadvantage. I think you can do better.
Oops.
A 0? Bro.
Nobody liked that.
Yeah.
For real.
Well. Yes.
That is unfortunate. Why is the picture so pixelated?
It took a minute for it to load for me.
Oh, it's still really pixelated for me.
When is a car not a car?
Ooh, what's a car?
I don't even know. I think it's something like a wagon. But
Oh, okay. When?
When it turns into a driveway.
Make another performance check. Just a straight check. It doesn't have to be with advantage or disadvantage.
Yeah, that was my bad. Oh!
Wow.
You, Master Dwarf, are beginning to look like a fool.
When it doesn't even
Oh,
look a
man.
Says the shrub.
Yeah.
Come on, that should count. That should count. I should get in for making this person for that comment.
Make a performance check with disadvantage. Actually, that one would be persuasion. You're going for low-hanging fruit here.
Making fun of my companions are always funny.
I missed it because I was thinking too hard about what I'm gonna say.
I mean, you don't have to actually say anything. You could always do a little prank, maybe a bit of slapstick. I've even seen creative spells and illusions.
Oh my god. I can't.
Yeah, it's not letting me find my my skills.
Hmm.
Oh, there we go. Never mind, I'm a fucking liar. What was it again? Performance or
Do persuasion.
Yeah, performance.
persuasion?
This one's persuasion. With disadvantage. Not good enough. What are you, paladin?
Why, yes, of course.
Poor excuse for a paladin.
Can I use sleight of hand to try to tickle the shrub?
Go for it.
Okay. It's like, what's a good skill of mine?
It's a DC 14.
Okay. Sleight of hand? Okay. It should be okay. Where's my... Hello? Why is my thing not open? I can't open my... Oh, I didn't need to put myself on the board. Sorry.
Everybody's struggling. That's okay.
Cancel. I can't open my... Hello?
Okay, Shrub. Are you ready for another one?
I've born ready.
I can open my old one.
What do you call a fight between squirrels?
Ooh, I don't know what.
A squirrel.
Make another performance check.
Oh my god!
At this point,
My character sheet for some reason.
okay, that's weird. 1 second. At this point, as you say this bad joke, the shrub kind of shakes a little bit, and you can hear people laughing inside now. But as you kind of look through the doorway, you can see people are watching you actively. And as you kind of do this, the shrub kind of goes, you know, there was enough bad tries. Go on in.
Yes!
They're laughing at us. I'm not sure I want to go in anymore.
Just here, to be precise.
Haha.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, so they're laughing at you. We're good.
Back.
I got one for you, Shrub.
All right, what do you have? Short one.
Why? You're one to talk.
I'm a shrub.
That was it. And I'm a person. Okay, why shouldn't you argue with a T-Rex?
What's a T-Rex?
You'll get your ass kicked.
Make a persuasion roll or a performance.
I'm gonna restart Discord.
Okay.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah. Don't know what a T-Rex is. Don't know what Jurassic means. Try again.
You don't know much, do you? You don't know much, Shrub.
Do you know the inner workings of the Unseelie Court? Didn't think so. Try again.
I know their outer workings. What? Do you know what a puppy is?
Of course, everybody knows what a puppy is.
What do you call a cold puppy?
A hot dog?
a chili dog.
You're banned. You're not coming in.
Ah.
I'm just fucking with you. Do another performance check.
Hey, it's loading. Give me a second.
Fuck.
If not, I'll join on the browser.
Not good enough. I think you've got one more chance in you.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm gonna pin this shrub down and tickle him until he fucking laughs.
Wait, no, I was gonna do it first. 1 second. Roll 20 is just not working for me right now. I don't know why. It's being really slow.
Oh, my bad, guys. I'm clearly not focused.
It's all good, man.
No, too focused.
Yeah.
Alright.
It's okay.
Okay. Okay, it's loading there.
You can always open
There you
Roll20 in like a separate browser.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's working now, so I'll just
Nice.
do that. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna use sleight of hand now that my thing has finally opened up.
Yeah.
To try to tickle the
Tickle the shrub.
shrub.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that what the kids
Tickle?
call it? these days?
Yeah.
No, okay.
That's
yeah.
what they call it when you don't trim your pubes.
Oh, it's rolling like
Gotta
shit
tickle the
tonight.
Yeah, it's not going good
So,
for any of us.
Yeah, as you kind of like as
It's
Merla's
above average.
Yeah. As Merla's like reaching around, as Merla's trying to tell her her chili dog joke, you kind of like reach around trying to like get in behind and tickle the shrub. But just as your hand like reaches up, a branch comes out of nowhere and slaps your hand away. You gotta try better than that.
Damn.
Wisp? Are you gonna get in here? He said no.
I am going to play a clownish tune on my Sham.
Okay. Do a performance check. So as you begin to like pluck your the what are you playing it on? The
Sham.
sham. So as you start to play the sham, you can see the shrub, for lack of better term, covers its ears with branches. It doesn't have a face or anything like that, but it's where you'd assume, just above the top of the vest, where the ears would be, and it kind of shakes its head a little bit and says, "Oh, just stop. Just don't do that."
But as I noticed that, I just stopped playing and I started balancing on the tip of my finger.
You what? Sorry?
I started balancing it on the tip of my finger.
Okay. Give me a sleight of hand check on that, or dexterity, your choice. At this point, Maisie's kind of standing off to the side awkwardly. She goes, "I don't know what the fuck to do here." You see her trying to look inside and says, "Do you guys know where Yuki
Yeah,
went?"
losers.
Okay, so as you finish doing this and you flip the sham up onto the tip of your finger, the shrub kind of starts to giggle a little bit. Okay, all right, I see what you're doing, a little clowning around. Get on in there.
Okay. I go up to the shrub and I turn around and I look at everybody and I say, "None of you ever speak of this again." And I turn to the shrub and I like do a little jig. I'm like,
Give me a performance check.
okay,
Yes.
come on.
Yeah. The shrub kind of giggles a little bit, goes, "That was insane. Get in there."
And then I stop as soon as she's like, "Yeah, that was good." I'm like stone faced, and I'm like,
Maisie's
I
like,
walk
all
in.
right. Maisie kind of walks up to you, Romark, and she kind of looks you up and down and goes, "I'm sorry," and she's gonna full on kick you in the balls.
Bro.
I see that and I start
Do I take
cackling.
damage?
What?
Do I like take damage or something?
No, yeah, I'm actually gonna roll for her.
Fuck's sake.
You sure he doesn't do a con save or something?
That's funny.
No, he's caught unaware.
Can have kids in the future.
Not like they
Stop.
do anyway. My guy is celibate or virgin, whatever. He doesn't have sex.
Not anymore.
Oh, a 10. So it doesn't hit. But she still kind of like connects. So you don't take any damage, but she still connects with your balls. You double over, and the shrub kind of roars in laughter. Oh, classic! I love those ones. Get on in there. So Maisie enters.
Does Romark get to enter too? After being kicked in the balls?
Romark, do you want to
Wait,
try and
what?
crawl your way in? You're like bent over from Maisie kicking you in the balls. Do you want to try and like crawl your way in?
Yes.
Yeah. The shrub doesn't stop you.
Thanks, Shrub. He feels sorry for me.
Merla.
I was missing my moment, so I was typing it. I used my minor illusion cantrip to
Oh,
play that sad horn noise right when he got kicked.
performance check.
Come on, you got it. Hey, let's go.
And you know, I gotta say that sad horn, that was a good touch. Oh man, haven't laughed like that in 20 minutes. Go on in there. So as you all enter
Salute
in,
and don't say anything.
you now see the interior of the den, the Laughing Den. It's even bigger inside than it first appeared from the exterior. As you see, it kind of extends back. And you see all manner of creatures here. You see all sorts of fae. You see animals having conversations with each other. You see what looks like a living stump playing a game of cards. There's all sorts of things. And at the far end is this giant moth drinking from a huge cauldron. And the place is just filled with laughter and joy. And you find yourself just like prone to kind of giggle and laugh along as you wander through. You eventually find a long curving bar that kind of goes around the back side of it, and the moth's actually sitting on the other side, but it still kind of looks to be like a patron as it guzzles whatever mysterious fluid is within the massive flask for it. But working behind the bar, you can see a satyr who is very quickly kind of darting around and serving the patrons. You also see a handful of people playing what looks like games of dice and games of cards, all sorts of stuff.
You know, Romark is gonna sneak over and play some degeneracy gambling games.
Yeah? Do you want to? Okay. Is anybody going with them?
I'm going to drink.
Okay.
I want to go with him.
Okay, we'll start with the drink. So as you approach the bar, the satyr, it's not too long before the satyr kind of bounces over towards you. And it kind of looks you over and says, "Well, I smell fae on you, but I don't recognize you. What's your name?"
I'm Sayap. I'm a half elf. I got some elf in me, so.
He kind of does a little bit of a half bow and kind of giggles a little and says, "Well, welcome to the Laughing Den. My name's Whimsy, and I'm the tender of said proprietor bar. First drinks on the house. What'll it be?
What you got?
Anything you can imagine."
I point to the moth and I'm like, I'll have what they're having.
Excellent choice. That's the house draft. And he disappears down. It doesn't even look like there was anywhere for him to go, but he almost like sinks into the floor. And then a moment later, he pops up a little bit over to your right, further away from where he originally was. And you can see he has a like a large, it literally looks like a branch that's just been hollowed out. And he sets this thing on the counter in front of you. And you can see inside is this glistening liquid. It kind of shimmers. It looks like a kind of like an oil sheen on water, but it's completely gold, and you can see the like kind of green, vibrant colors on the top of it.
I take a sip.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Shit. Fuck. I don't have good constitution. Fuck.
You are like almost immediately blind drunk. As it kind of enters your mouth, it burns like imagine drinking rubbing alcohol. Like it burns so much, and then in a second it becomes incredibly sweet. It tastes like nectar from like a flower almost. But as it goes down, you can feel it warms you and spreads, and as it kind of winds out, your vision immediately begins to swim, and you now have disadvantage on all checks for the next hour.
Oh.
Oh, what is this shit? It's good.
Guy said it's the house draft. First one's on the house. Next one will cost you a laugh.
Alright, you Whimsy, you know what you should do. Give me a high five.
And as he high fives you, he's already disappeared to help the next customer.
Okay. So you're just
Give me a
fucking
five.
sipping, and she's like, I'm having a great time.
All right.
What about food? You have any food?
Food, and he was on the other side of the bar, but as you say this, he like rises straight up from behind the bar in front of you, Wisp, and goes, "Oh, don't get a lot of gnomes around here." Yeah, he's very like he looks like almost like the cartoon like Danny DeVito version from Hercules. Like he's pretty like rotund and like round. He's got a little bit of a goatee and these two horns. He doesn't have a shirt on or anything, but you can see his goat legs.
Phil?
Yeah, no, his name's Whimsy. Please.
Well, he looks like Phil.
He looks just like Phil, yeah. But he like literally just. I don't get a lot of gnomes around here. What's your name?
I was thinking
Wisp.
Mr. Tumnus.
Wisp.
But
Great name. Food. What kind of food are you looking for?
Fish.
Fish.
The fucking fish again.
A connoisseur. And he again just zoop. And then he comes back up and he has the strangest looking fish you've ever seen. It's nothing from anything that exists in the natural world of the material plane. This thing has wings that come off the back of it, and protruding out of its mouth, you see like a handful of small tentacles, with one really long, thick one with like a spike on the end of it. It has like this kind of like iridescent, shimmering kind of blue and green scales. But the longer you look at the scales, the more they look like feathers almost. He's like, this one's my personal favorite. Again, I'll say it's on the house for now. You're kind enough to give me your name. Please enjoy. And then, zoop, and he's on the other side of the bar again.
Hold on.
Zoop.
Will it taste like chicken?
Oh, that's for you to find out, my friend. He
I hate chicken.
kind of darts off with a little bit of a laugh. Doesn't answer you. All right. So
here we go.
Wisp is eating unknown birdfish. Saya's blind drunk. Romark, Merla, you're going to play games. Tyr, what do you want to do before we get into the games?
I'm just like staring at everybody right now, just watching all the colors
Yeah.
and watch Saya get fucking wasted. I'm like, I am having whatever she has.
As you say, you barely have even produced the thought, and you suddenly feel a presence beside you, and you see Whimsy kind of again and goes, "You with the rest of them, aren't you? What's your name?"
I'm not sure I trust you just yet.
Oh,
We might get to that later. I'm thirsty right now, though.
he's got a tankard of the stuff that you saw Saya have in his hand. He's like, "Well, I'd be happy to give this to you, but I don't give free food and drink to strangers, you see. So all it takes is a name."
I think I'll pay.
Well, payment here is laughter.
Oh, okay. Well, let's try another one. How many tentacles does it take to make an octopus laugh?
Oh, I don't know. How many?
Tentacles.
He just fucking loses it. You can hear like the laughter almost like ripples out amongst the crowd, and you feel like there's almost like some sort of a connection between him and this place. Is it like as the people, the crowds laugh as well, and before you know it, he's pushed the tankard into your hand and he's disappeared again to serve somebody else. Are you gonna take a sip?
Absolutely.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Right on. Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, ew.
Yeah. So you take a sip, and again, it's that immediate like burns, and like your eyes start to water, and your nose, like it almost feels like your nose is like snotting immediately. But then in an instant, it turns incredibly sweet like nectar. But you're fine. You're not affected the same way Saya was. You can feel it like warming and
This
buzzing.
is pretty good, eh? She's like walking around.
Yeah, it is. Hell yeah.
All right.
Cheers, Saya.
Cheers.
Splash of fucking
You see Maisie's like in the middle, like wandering through the crowd trying to find Yuki, but it doesn't take her too long. You spot him kind of in the back corner, deep in a game of some sort of gambling. You see him throwing dice, and people are laughing all around. But as you guys, as Romark and Merle, as you approach a table where you spot 4 individuals playing what looks like a game of dice. But as you approach, you see a large toad with a small monocle and 13 tiny top hats all stacked on top of one another. But he kind of, wow, welcome. Would you like to play a game of Fey Dice?
Well, how do you play this?
Well, it's quite easy, trust me. All it takes is a secret. That's the buy-in. And then you need only roll highest.
Wait, we're not gambling for real money? Real gold?
Oh, there's no money here, and you can hear kind of a shimmer of laughter around the table from the other fey creatures around. You also see a 6-foot-tall mushroom with a mustache. You see a 2-headed pixie that seems to be having a conversation with herself, and a literal tree stump playing like with a deck full of cards, but also seems to be playing dice at the same time.
Well, unfortunately, I only play for currency. I'm out.
Very well then. What about you, young? I believe you're a halfling? Seen a few of you around my time.
Then you're lucky. Not as lucky as me, though. Did you say we pay to play with a secret, or the secret is the prize?
You buy in with a secret. It must be paid up front, but only the winner gets to pick the secret that they want to hear. So basically, you have to actually message me as the DM a real character secret, and then you play the game, and then whoever wins gets to pick whose secret they get to hear.
How many people? Because 6 of us are playing at a time.
At the moment there's 4 people at the table playing. Romark's stepped off.
Okay, so I message you a secret right now.
Yep. You whisper to me.
Okay, I'm trying. I don't want to fuck it up and act.
It's got to be a real character secret. You can still make it up.
Like, what boy did you kiss in grade 6?
Wait, you kissed people before read?
I don't even kiss Reed.
That's true. Just to be clear, this is Merla's secret, not Amber's secret.
You don't want all my secrets? Okay, is
No,
it
no.
/WDM?
I think so. It should pop up.
You should
Yeah,
probably test
so,
it with something that's not the secret.
I made it.
Okay. Sorry, it's so hard. I'm so honest. I don't keep secrets. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's too
Merla
exhausting to
saying.
try and keep secrets.
Exactly. Merla doesn't have that kind of stamina.
Fuck no.
So as you kind of are contemplating the secret, debating whether you want in or not, you see the large mushroom kind of leans far over the table and goes, yeah, I see playing is quite easy. You simply roll a d20, a 20-sided die, if you didn't know. Highest roll each round gets 2 points. Second highest gets 1. A natural 1 or a natural 20 triggers a special event. You can...
I couldn't hear any of those instructions. Sorry.
Basically, roll a d20. If the highest roll of the round gets 2 points, the second highest gets 1 point. A natural 1 or 20 has a special event. You can also all the rolls are private until at the very last moment when you reveal. But you can bluff. But if you do bluff, you can get called out.
This is why you wanted physical dice?
Yeah.
Okay. I listened to some of those instructions. I'm only rolling 1 dice?
Yeah, you're just rolling a d20. So basically you have you sit down at the table and you can see everybody has like little cups with dice in it. And as you pick up the cup, you can roll the die and then you see everybody flip it over and hide their dice. And then slowly take a peek at it. There's like a secondary mechanic of bluffing where if you get called out for bluffing, you lose a point. But if you get it correct, you gain a point. Make sense? Is this too hard for you?
Oh, it's obviously too hard for me, but I'll just go with it.
Okay, so roll a d20.
Okay.
Okay. So, you see the large toad with the mustache says, well, I'll go first so that the youngling here can get a better idea of how the game plays. I have a 5. His eyes kind of slowly pan across the rest of the group. Then you can see the mushroom kind of leans in and goes, I suppose I'm next then? I got an 18. And you see the toad turns and goes, you're bluffing. And he kind of slumps down. And you see a little puff of spores come kind of out of the top of him. He goes, yeah, I was bluffing. So the toad now gets 1 point, 1 additional point, and the other one loses a point. Continuing around, you see the two-headed pixie. I got a natural 20. And then stares across the table at everyone. Everyone kind of leans back. And you can see there's like the thought process as they're trying to figure out if they're telling the truth or not. It then continues into the tree stump. The tree stump kind of nods and says, well, I got a 16. And you?
I got a 14.
Bluff.
Yes.
So you lose a point and he gains a point. You are actually at like, you'd be at -1 now.
Thanks.
So, you want to play again? Best of 3.
Yeah.
Why don't you go first?
I got a 19.
Bluff.
It is the truth.
Ah, and you see those kind of like raucous. They all kind of lean back and slam the table. The tree stump seems to have like a real like heavy like fist that kind of erupts out from the side of it that you didn't notice before, like a third fist. and laughing because he just lost a point. So, going back, the toad with the monocle, his eyes kind of get a little beady as it kind of scans across. 8. The large mushroom. 4.
Bluff.
He pulls up the cup, and you see that it is a 4. You lose another point.
Bullshit.
The two
Did I
pixies.
get a point for the 19?
You don't know yet because we didn't finish the round. The two-headed pixies kind of giggle and they look at each other and then look directly at the giant mushroom. 4. The mushroom kind of looks back. Bluff. They kind of giggle and they pick up the. That's wild watching Devin do this. The pixie kind of lifts up its cup, and you see that it also has a 4. So that's another -1, because that would have been the toad that called him out. So then, last but not least, the giant toadstool, or the tree stump. 8.
Off.
Picks up its cup. It's also an 8.
I slam my fist.
So as all the cups are now revealed, with a 19, you had the highest. So you would have gained 2 points, but you also lost 2 points that round, and you were already at -1. Do you want to play it again or call it?
I'll take a break. Thanks.
All right. She forfeits, and as you do, you can see the two, the pixies with the 2 heads kind of let her like a little bit of a raucous scream, and they kind of whisper amongst themselves, and then kind of turns and looks across and says, "Your secret," to the stump, and you can see like this almost like mist kind of washes over them, and they scream in laughter. But as you walk away, you return and try to find your friends.
I don't get to hear the secret?
No, only the winner does.
Interesting. I walk back over to my friends. So I see them?
Yeah, it's easy enough. Saya's still plaster drunk at the bar. Tyr's probably somewhere nearby as well with her, also drinking. Wisp, I don't know. Did you enjoy your fish?
Better than chicken.
Oh, excellent. And then Romark, I don't know what you wanted to do after you walked away from the gambling tables.
I just like go chill with my boy Wisp, and like say, I just make sure everyone's having a good time. Because clearly someone can't hold their liquor, and someone can't eat their food, chew their food. So
You just chill us like off free food.
And yes, my cats are very confused right now.
Was that a question?
Me and my one cat.
No, I whispered at him that his cats are probably confused as fuck because he's just like losing his mind.
Okay, so as you all kind of return over, find them as you kind of all get back together. Maisie eventually kind of pushes through the crowd. You can see she looks incredibly distressed, and as she approaches you, she kind of looks and says, "Yuki's bet my armor. I don't know how to stop him. Have you guys had any luck?"
Well, she's drunk and she sucks at keeping secrets, and Romark's just kind of dipped. So, yeah, no, none.
I thought we were just having fun tonight.
Oh no, we're here trying to find information.
Well, I don't even know what fish I'm eating, so I don't think we'll find any information around here.
She kind of rubs her brow. What have I done? This is gonna end awful. Okay,
You should join us for a drink.
No,
if
no.
you drink one, I'll drink one.
Focus up. I need you guys to focus right now. We got to find information on this leyline ripple thing. I'm working right now. I know you might not be. Like, by all means, enjoy yourselves, but I need to not get drunk here, and we need to try to keep
getting paid for this.
We need to try to keep Yuki from betting off my armor. So if somebody could go and try to convince him to stop, that would be amazing.
All right, I guess I'll come help. Fuck's sakes. Slowly wander on over, like, ugh.
Yeah. By the time you get to Yuki, you see he's at this kind of table in the corner that's kind of like almost like a little nook that's carved out of the side of the tree. And covering the table, you see all sorts of like drinks and all sorts of little odds and ends that people are betting. Some sort of card game going on, but it's happening very quickly. In front of Yuki, you see like a massive pile of trinkets. You get the impression that he's probably winning at this moment, but he doesn't acknowledge you as you approach or anything like that. He's very like focused in on this game.
I'm just gonna like walk. I guess like I'll stand beside him. I'll just kind of watch for the time being.
Okay.
Just to like see what game they're actually like try and figure out what game they're actually playing, and then if things were to go awry, step in if need be.
Yeah, fair enough. Give me a history check. It's a pretty high DC. It's an 18 to see if you recognize the game.
Ah, balls.
Nah, it's a good roll. But you aren't sure. It seems to be happening quickly. Cards are thrown down and then immediately snatched off the table. You see things that are like being tossed between different patrons. People are laughing as they're doing it. You're really unsure as you're watching this how it's played. But you do manage to kind of stand guard and kind of keep an eye on them. What are the rest of you doing?
Am I still drunk?
Yeah, I'll say you have like 15 more minutes.
I'm just
You're
in the middle
like
of the car. I'm
super
just
fucked up.
dancing. I'm just dancing. There's no music, but I'm just dancing. I'm like,
Okay, so
taking a
you
sip,
yeah.
run around.
says twirling and dancing in the middle of the of the Fey bar. Merla, Romark, Wisp.
Can I go
What's
try
the
to
rush
talk-
again?
What did you say?
What is the rush?
You're trying to find info.
Why are we trying to get out of this place?
I mean, you could stay if you wanted.
But do you have a contact or something that we're looking for?
You saying this to Maisie? She
Yeah,
kinda-
yeah.
Yeah, she just kind of shakes her head and says, "No, I don't know. We're just trying to find information." Yuki seemed to think that this ripple thing happened very close to here. I suppose he could have just been pissed drunk and wanted to come gamble. He's usually better than that, though. He wouldn't have let us all here if there wasn't something that he thought could be found.
Is the moth person / being like occupied? Can I go back up to the bar where it is?
Yeah, it's just sitting there, slowly drinking out of the giant kind of bottle in front of it. It's long like meniscus, dipping into it, but it's not talking to anybody.
Can you tell me a bit more about what it looks like?
It's just like what it appears in the picture. Like it's got like these great big fuzzy kind of yellow and green wings, but the edges of the wing are very like iridescent, like very purpley colored. And it kind of as it kind of moves and shifts around in that kind of like very like flat dim light of the Feywild, you can see that the each of its kind of like feathery hairs, whatever you might want to call them, kind of each has that little bit of like that iridescent kind of glow to it. But you can see these huge black eyes, and the eyes don't move at all, but you get the impression that it can probably see almost everything that's happening in this room. Give me an insight check.
happily.
You get the impression that it's keeping a very close eye on all of the patrons of the tavern, but you're not exactly certain why.
Okay. It's behind the bar, eh? So oh, I thought you were leaving. So I would like sit in front of the creature instead of like beside.
It is, yeah. It's like it's backed right against the far end. So the far end of this bar is like this kind of like huge green glass window. That's looks almost like it's made out of like tree roots. But it has its back to it and it's looking out across the rest of the bar. But yeah, it is behind the bar.
I want to like go and sit into a seat like not directly in front of it, but like kind of like the seat beside the one in front of it.
Okay.
Does it like look at me when I sit down, or do I have to get its attention?
It's like I said earlier, it seems like its eyes are taking in the whole room at once. But you don't see any movement behind the black eyes.
So wait, there's a creature like in the picture that's the creature we're talking about?
Yeah, like a huge moth.
Okay, that's really creepy.
I'm talking like when I say huge, it's like 30 feet tall. Like you can actually see in the picture that it's that little black thing below it, like the kind of curve. That's a bar with like drinks on it. So this thing's massive.
So this whole time, there's this 30-foot tall moth just drinking out of, and we don't flask and we don't notice until like now.
No, it's been there the whole time.
That's so creepy.
You just been chilling.
Yeah, it's having a drink.
You just like
Is it? They're not the bartender, are they?
No,
what is it called?
no, this
Proboscis?
proboscis, meniscus, something like that.
Proboscis.
Proboscis.
Merla,
Yeah.
you
The little thing that comes out of its
And
mouth that
you
is-
should message it with your Vine messaging thing.
I was thinking about that, but I'm like, how can I be polite and charming? I don't know if I want to start with that. I'm gonna say like, there are many wondrous creatures here, but none quite as compelling as you. To the moth.
Doesn't seem to respond.
Then I use my message cantrip and say, "What do your moth eyes see?"
Does it have to understand the language?
I don't know. We talked common earlier, didn't
Not
we?
with the moth. You haven't spoken with the moth.
Oh,
You spoke with the satyr that was the bartender.
okay. Let me see.
It's literally just what your words are. As you cast it, it doesn't respond.
Can I like flag the bartender and be like, another one for my moth friend,
So as
and a
you,
smaller one for me?
by the time you've like finished raising your hand, the satyr that you'd seen off to your right comes walking up from the left side of you. I don't know if I've met you yet. What's your name?
They call me Merla.
Merla. Great name. I think I'll keep it. What can I get for you?
Oh my god. Do you have anything light and citrusy?
Light citrusy. Let me see. And as he's thinking, he kind of like sinks down again through the floor, just like he did for Wisp, and then kind of like jumps up and out of through the air, a little bit off to your right side. And in his hand, he has like what looks like a gourd, like a yellow gourd. And as he does, he kind of walks up and he kind of shakes him and goes, "Yeah, 1312 CE." And he cracks it, and as it does, like you can see this yellow liquid kind of like drip out of it. There's only about like an ounce sort of thing, and he kind of catches it in this small like wooden tumbler, set in front of him, and says, "First one's on the house." Kind of winks and then begins to walk away.
Well, the second one caused.
Oh, a laugh or one of the points at one of the games.
Noted. I sit and sip my drink, defeated.
Okay. It tastes. It does taste quite citrusy. It doesn't burn a ton. Like it definitely has like an alcoholic fermented flavor to it. But yeah, no, it's nothing crazy. Anybody else want to do
Next
anything?
up, fucking L's over here.
I'm still busy guarding friggin' Maisie, so I'm occupied.
Yuki, yeah. As this is all kind of going down, at this point, Seiya's probably beginning to like sober up. She's still quite drunk,
Okay.
but you're not like blind drunk anymore, and you don't have disadvantage. But you can see
Cool.
Yuki's pile just continues to grow larger and larger, and you can see he's beginning to like pocket stuff ever so slightly until like you didn't notice before, but kind of tucked in and sewn into the back of his little like straw sweater vest thing is like what looks almost to be like a bag of holding. And he's kind of like shoving stuff into, but he's doing it very like discreetly, like stealing it straight off the table in front of everybody. Wisp looks like he wants to say something, or is he just chewing on hard sourdough?
yeah, that nice flap.
No to both.
Go.
I'm just observing. Like, okay, I see it. That's all.
Nah.
Not my business.
You as you kind of take in all this stuff going on all around you, you can see Maisie kind of like talking to patrons, speaking with them. You can see she looks like she's like really awkward at some points, and her face kind of turns red, and then you can see them laugh, and she kind of gets like this little bit of like this relief, and then you can see the conversation like seems to go a lot smoother after a laugh is exchanged. But eventually she makes her way back over to you guys, and kind of mostly you, Tyr, to look down at Yuki and say, anything? Is he losing?
I can't quite tell. He seems confident,
She kind of nods and goes,
but I still don't quite understand the game. So
I hope you're right. I think I've got something. But as she says this, one of the patrons at the table that Yuki's sitting at all of a sudden slams his fists down and grabs Yuki by the scruff, the fur around his neck. And you can see Yuki kind of, his hands go up. He goes, look, man, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't steal nothing. And he goes, I just saw you put something in a bag. And as he does, you suddenly see the moth's head finally turns for the first time. And as it does, Yuki becomes frozen in place, like just completely locked. And Maisie kind of steps forward and goes, I'm so sorry. And you can see her reach into this little pouch and begin to like literally pull out like handfuls of shit, like just like handfuls upon handfuls of like little trinkets. And it doesn't look like anything valuable. You see like thimbles and like shiny rocks, some dried leaves, you know, a twig, like really like random things. But this is what they seem to be playing with. And she's just like scooping the stuff out of Yuki's vest. She kind of looks around and goes, I'm so sorry. We will leave right away. Come on. And she grabs Yuki by like the scruff of his neck, and like he's still immobilized. Like he's not moving, just kind of like frozen in place. But she kind of like immediately like walks out of the den. Do you guys follow?
Can I do a
yeah, I do.
insight? I don't know. Like, was that a spell?
On the with the moth?
On the moth?
Yeah, give me an Arcana check.
Ah, fuck. Okay, my Arcana is not great, but I'll try. Oh, that +3. Okay. Oh. Aha.
You're not 100% certain on it. You're pretty sure that this is some sort of fey.
Like petrified?
Not necessarily. You're not certain exactly how the magic seemed to work. Like to you, from coming from the material plane, it comes across as like a time stop spell, but it's very hyper local and it's just on Yuki. But you get as you kind of like are trying to figure this out in that moment, your mind a little bleary still. You kind of suddenly feel the enormous presence of that moth, and you get the impression that it's something much bigger than what it appears to be.
Oh, okay. even though it's already pretty giant.
Yeah, there's like a huge like there's almost like a weight in the weave that's like a gravitational well that kind of pulls down and around it as it casts a spell. But as it kind of dissipates and things calm down, that feeling kind of fades away. Just a passing moment.
Okay. I go up to the bar. And I'm like, hey, Whimsy.
Whimsy like immediately appears kind of from your left side unexpectedly. Yes.
Fuck. I'm like, I look at him and then I'm like, so what's with that big moth friend over there? Are they like patron?
No. Patron saint, maybe. That guy, he's always here. He's been here longer than the bar existed. Some think that he might have started the bar. None of us here are really sure what his deal is. We just keep him drunk, and he seems to keep the peace here. He's always quiet. Doesn't seem to say much.
Does he have a name?
We call him the Moth. Never said a name. I think some people like to call him...
Off. Yell at him.
Doesn't respond.
Okay.
Okay, I go and I take a swing at his drink, trying to
Do you?
destroy it.
As you step forward...
I was trying to be a little bit more subtle, but...
Going with attention.
Yeah.
So you wanna do that too?
Not really.
I mean, you don't have to. You can think it, but...
I just want to get
Do
his
it.
attention somehow.
Just do it.
Yo, I go up and I pretend
Do
to
it.
do it. Like, yo, if you don't give me attention, I'm gonna fucking slam your vial and all your drinks to the floor.
Do you have your weapon drawn?
Oh, you're such a senator's man.
Yeah.
As
Yeah,
you
I do.
begin to like swing it around in the air, as you kind of bring it up and bring it back down out of sight, it's changed and it is now just like a long, like rotting branch.
Wait, what?
Yeah, your sword is no longer a sword. It seems to be like some sort of a branch now.
Wait, I don't have a sword anymore? Yo, that's not fair, dude. Give it back. That sword is special to me. I've slain a lot of enemies with it. It's been on the road. I was just joking, dude. Come on.
Mark, apologize. Apologize to the big
Just a
scary
prank.
moth,
Just a
please.
prank.
Come on, give it back.
Right, dude, I'm sorry, but at least I got your
Guys,
attention.
stop
now.
bullying me.
The moth doesn't seem to move or react at all.
Ooh-wee, Rick.
Damn it, I don't have a sword, guys.
Yeah, well, you probably shouldn't have tried to fuck with the big scary moth that stopped time on one person.
Big moth of death.
Yeah, for real. Okay.
Can I like? Sorry.
I go up to him like, sorry for my friend, and I take the rest of my drink and I add it to its pile. Like, here you go.
You see like the ever so
Sorry.
slight, it's like imperceptible kind of nod in your direction.
Yeah.
Romark, your sword is returned, so you can feel the weight kind of return in the metal cold in your hand.
Okay, I
Well,
roll my arm. I'm like,
Thanks,
go,
moth.
get out of here.
You see Whimsy kind of darts by underneath the moth, kind of like in between its legs and the large thing, and as he passes behind the kind of huge like vat that this thing's drinking out of, you can see his like reflection in the liquid kind of like reversed as he darts by, and he kind of goes, "Oh, that was brave of you. I wouldn't have fucked with an unseelie."
An unseelie.
Unseelie.
All
They
right,
both
when
say at
you
the
guys
same
write that
time.
down.
Unseelie. Why does that sound familiar?
Would I know what an
Doesn't sound
unseelie
familiar
is?
to me, but
It's a type of fae. I know that much.
If you want, you can roll a history check.
Yeah, I have a +0 to history. Does anybody else have a better +2?
Oh, I do.
Okay, I'll let Wormwork do it. Oh. Why are you rolling with
Oh, I had
disadvantage?
disadvantage on, but that's a 20.
You actually don't know. You feel like you've read the word, but
What?
there was no descriptor for what the unseelie was. Just like a passing mention in some novel in the monastery where you grew up.
Aren't they like the mean fairies? Because there's like the fun, whimsical fairies, but then there's like the malevolent trickster fairies.
I don't know.
Okay. Alright. Cool. I just like bow to it and I'm like, okay, let's go.
All right. So is everybody going outside? Merla, I feel like you want to say something.
No, it doesn't matter anymore. But can I have some paper in my pack? Can I like doodle a little picture of the moth drinking its thing, and then offer it next to the drink that Saya put down to gain its favor?
Yeah, give me a dexterity check.
Dexterity check?
Yeah. See how well you draw.
Like a save?
No. Just I guess a check save. They are technically different, but
well, I'm
if
trying
you click
to
on dexterity,
like the skills, the plus. Okay, like at the top, the under the ability.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm not used to
Ability
the
check.
crude ones. I thought it was the big ones.
It is the most stick figure of a moth. But like you can still recognize that it's like a giant moth drinking something out of a flagon sort of thing. But it's not very good.
Dude, they like funny stuff here. So hello.
As you kind of turn and do you still present it even though it's pretty crude?
But I put a heart on it too.
So as you kind of present it to it, you can see it actually looks like it stops drinking for a moment. It's kind of like, what is it, proboscis? Kind of like begins to wind up outside of the flagon. And it's kind of leans ever so slightly forward to look down at this little drawing that you made of it. And then there's a little poof as it disappears in the smoke.
It just teleported it to its fridge. That's what I say. I say, I know that's on your fridge now, and then I follow my friends out.
You see the proboscis begin to unwind again. All right, okay. So as you exit the den, Merla, Saya, Wisp, all of you gave your names to a fae. And as you did, and as you exited, you no longer can remember your name.
Oh, no. You don't listen
Yo,
to
but Romark
didn't.
didn't.
No, Romark and Tyr didn't.
You don't listen to you don't fucking give your name to a fae. I forgot. You don't take anything they offer you, and you don't give them shit.
As you all kind of
gather. Do we know our last names?
You don't remember anything about your name.
Oh, God.
It's just like this ache in the back of your mind of where your name used to be. But as you kind of all kind of gather around, you see Maisie's, Yuki's kind of unfrozen again, and he kind of clearly even more drunk than when he entered, but he kind of like rolls onto the grass a little bit, and he's just like howling with laughter. Like he thinks it's the funniest thing. But Maisie's kind of like, I can't take you anywhere for this exact reason. We can't go back in there now. He's like, they always kick me out. It's fine. Come back tomorrow. And he kind of like begins to throw up a little bit. But Maisie kind of turns around and she looks at y'all and says, all right, well, I think I've got a clue. If we head in this direction, she kind of turns and then she turns around again and looks down at Yuki and kind of pulls out a water skin and splashes it on his face. And she begins to talk to him kind of quietly. And he kind of gestures in one direction. And she's like, okay, I think it's in this direction. I got a tip from in there. Cost me an unpleasant secret, but that's behind us now.
So what do we do now that we don't remember? How do I get my name back? How do
Yuki like rolls over and he's like, oh, you did not. He's like slapping his leg. Did you guys give your names? Oh my god. Rule number 1 of the Feywild. Oh, and he reaches in behind him and pulls out a flask and begins to drink it from it as he's like cackling.
I pick Yuki up by their scruff. I'm like, listen here, you little shit-eating raccoon. You could have warned us about the fucking fate.
I mean, look at it. It's not my job to keep you guys safe. You were just following a drunk raccoon through the forest. Who does that?
I look at Maisie and I'm like, you seem like an intelligent, well-rounded person. How the fuck did you end up with this?
She's just like rubbing her head and she's kind of like, I don't know and I'm so sorry. Yuki, fix this. And he's like, look it. If you guys gave your names, there's not much I can do. I can try to go back in there, but I don't think that's gonna work that well because they just kicked me out. But I mean, who did you give it to?
Whimsy.
Oh, he's the good guy. He won't do anything nefarious with your names. Don't worry. You'll probably have him back before you go to bed tonight. He just likes to fuck around with tourists.
Can I go back inside? And I go back inside and I go up to the bar and I'm like, hey, Whimsy.
He appears again. Hey, yes.
May I have my name back, please?
Oh, well, you see, we gotta teach you newcomers. You can't trust anyone here in the Feywild. Maybe I can, but it'll cost you.
No. What will it cost me?
A favor. His face becomes a little bit dark for half a moment.
God. Oh no. Oh, I don't wanna do a favor for your face.
Don't do it.
Oh, it's a bad. Can I roll insight?
No,
Yeah, go for it.
Shit, my insight sucks. Oh no.
You're shaking in your pants right now. His like when his face got dark, you're still a little drunk. It would actually be with disadvantage too because he has your name.
Yeah.
Well,
I can't get any worse than that.
Yeah. Yeah. You are like chilled to the bone at the thought that you owe a favor.
I'll think about it. You have my name. I didn't get anything yet, but I'll get back to you. Thanks.
And you know where to find me. And he kind of winks before disappearing across the bar to serve another patron.
Okay. I go to leave and I turn to look at the moth and I'm like, can you give me my name back?
There's no response.
Fuck it. And then I leave.
All right. So
I come back out and I'm like, I asked Whimsy, but he said I would have to do him a favor, and that seems like an infinitely worse idea to do a favor for a Fae, so I'm just gonna leave it for now. If it doesn't come back.
How do you forget your name is Saya though? How do you forget that? It's 4 letters.
As
5, thank you very much.
Tyr, as you say the name, it becomes very foreign in your mouth, like you've never heard it before, and it doesn't seem like it applies to this individual standing before you, like it used to.
Well,
Cool.
You even like as you kind of think it through, you're like, is that the name? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Wait. Have I been calling you the wrong name this whole time?
Oh, come on.
Well,
don't
I
worry
don't
about it,
know
y'all.
anymore.
Let's go. And Yuki begins to stumble off into the woods. Maisie kind of goes like,
I
Don't worry,
guess we'll
guys.
follow him. I mean,
It's just a name.
his name.
It's in a name.
I don't remember mine half the time. I just forgot mine too again.
You also
Okay.
go to sleep, and we don't know if you're gonna wake up the next day. So I mean,
Exactly. Why does it matter?
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll just follow Yuki.
Yeah. So as you kind of like push through the underbrush in this like increasingly strange forest, you see some almost looks like trees literally just like watching you. You don't even get the impression that there's any animals nearby. Just the flora. But it's not too long. About a half hour of walking. You eventually come across another little opening in the woods. And here you see a silvery pond glowing with the soft light. Its surface is like unnaturally still. It almost looks like a mirror, like liquid glass. Surrounding it, you see a grove of massive spiraling mushrooms with more of those little floating lanterns that kind of hum with soft like tones as they kind of drift through the quiet air. The air around you even hums a little bit, ever so faintly, a little bit like a tuning fork that had been struck a little while ago now. But as you kind of approach and you look into the reflective surface of the pond, you can see a shimmering kind of tear that seems to form in the air above it. But you don't see it unless looking in the reflection. Oh, are those chips? Ew.
Chicken chips? What the?
What?
Yes,
what
sir.
The
What
fuck is
flavor
that
is
down
that?
there?
I'll give my name to Celia to forget that.
Yeah.
No, they're chicken salt, as they call it.
The
I'd
fuck
still-
is that?
I don't know. They're just salty. It's like, you know, like the skin when you roast a chicken?
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, that sounds delicious, but like, how? How do they make that?
I don't know, man. It's just like you have ketchup chips, there's chicken chips here.
Yeah,
Don't ask questions you don't want to know the answer to.
Yeah.
that's true. That's true.
It's also Smith's is the Lay's brand.
It looks like Lay's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the best flavor you could find so far?
Oh, I didn't choose it. I didn't have the privilege of going grocery shopping this week.
It was done for you. All right, what are y'all doing? Stand at the edge of this pond.
I don't have any sort of magical abilities, so I'm looking at like the magical people. Like,
Can I
anybody
look into
got
the
some
pond?
insight on this?
Is there
Don't look
anything
at me.
inside the pond?
Yeah, so as you like look at the try to look into it, you can't see through the water at all. It is like pure reflection of everything above it. You see Yuki's kind of like lounging on the side now and has quickly fallen asleep, and you see Maisie's like drawing as quickly as she can like the pond and the reflection in it. So go ahead, nameless elf, half elf.
Can I see my reflection in it?
As you lean forward, you actually can't see your reflection in it, but you do see the reflection of a figure.
Do I recognize the figure?
No, it's very shadowy, and where the figure's reflection would be, it does look like wind blowing, like rippling the water, like distorting the reflection, but the rest of the water is completely smooth.
Is there any life in it?
You can't see anything, just reflection.
I turn to everybody else. I'm like, y'all see this, right? Y'all are also seeing this?
Can I look and see if I'm seeing it?
Yeah, you see the same thing. As you lean over, you see a figure that's not your own, but you do see a like kind of distorted, shadowy, dark figure that seems to look back.
Do all 5 of us look like that in the reflection?
Yeah, if you all walk up and take a look, yeah. And you can see other people's reflections. As you look at at other people's reflections, you see the same it's not the same, but you see a similar like shadowy figure.
Can I wave at it? It does the same things we do?
It does not. Seems to
touch
look
it?
back. You want to touch the water?
Can I touch it?
Yeah.
All right. As you reach forward, it's almost like you can see you finally see like the shadowy figure kind of reacting, and the water actually begins to like bulge and pull up from the surface, reaching out to touch your hand at the same moment. Do you pull back at all, or do you keep going?
I do pull back, yes.
Yeah, you pull back. Okay. As you pull back, the water returns back into the like flat surface, and there's no ripples as it does. It's completely glass-like.
Did you see that?
Can't wait for Romark to cannonball into this.
He's not focused, so he might.
Yeah, lock in.
So he might need to take a minute.
No, he's gonna go find the shower.
Yeah. And now he's just ignoring everything that we're saying. Oh yeah, he's got to go all the way to bed so he can get all cozy and try and have some form of comfort.
So I'm gonna talk to it. Please, hey, I don't know who you are, but I'm looking for some help here. Do you think you can help us?
As you seem to talk to it doesn't immediately look like it responds, but then that like kind of humming tuning fork sound, it almost sounds like it got struck again, and you can hear it like almost modulating. It's almost like hearing a conversation in another room, like quiet muttering, as it sounds like somebody's speaking back, but you can't make out any of the words.
Well, that's all I got, guys. Maybe it's wet.
You say maybe it's wet?
Yeah. Maybe.
Yuki kind of sits up. That's the fucking stupidest shit I've ever heard. Jump in and kill yourself.
After you, friend. After you.
He's already asleep.
I guess the water is death.
Could I take a match out of my tinderbox and like light it and hold it close to the reflection?
Yeah, so as you like strike the match and kind of lean over, as you get close to the water, again you see the water kind of reaching up towards your hand, so you can't get that close to the reflection without touching the water. You don't see any light reflected.
Or did Wisp touch the water or no?
No, he pulled back when he saw the water reaching back. Did you touch the water?
I dropped the match in the water.
You see it hit, and as it does, the match sits on the surface for like the briefest second, like the surface tension kind of catching it, and it continues to burn, but you just see the burn like almost immediately, like it just like completely burns almost instantaneously. And then the second it does, you can see it continue to float there for a little bit and then kind of disintegrate into ash before sinking below the surface.
Yep, this seems like some magical shit to me. I ain't touching it.
Who's our tank? Who's got the highest hit points that can touch it?
Nuh-uh. This Nemo ain't touching shit.
Oh wait, can I cast my message cantrip to the shadow that's like in my place?
You can certainly try.
I try that and I say, "What are you?"
There's no response.
That's what I do to the shadow.
So, let me find it. I have an idea.
Let him cook.
Let it marinate.
All right,
yeah,
pork boy.
no problem. The unseen shape of the pork boy appears beside you.
Jump in.
Without hesitation, it leaps in. How long does the spell last for?
I think it's an hour, 1 minute.
So you don't see any reflection from where the form of the pork boy is. You can't see it. It's an invisible entity, but you can sense where it is. The rest of you have no idea. But you can see ever so slightly that an indentation where it like would have landed on the water. And you can see it kind of gliding and sliding across it. Nothing seems to happen. And then you suddenly feel the magic release. And yeah, you suddenly feel after a few seconds of it kind of gliding across the top, the magic release and dissipate.
Did he take any damage?
You don't sense that it took damage.
It just dispelled the magic, I guess.
Something along those lines. Who is proficient in Arcana? Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, I made myself, like, gave myself proficiency. Lol.
I am.
Oh, rip.
No idea.
Oh.
Okay, let me roll as well.
Nameless Rogue, you,
God.
as you kind of sense this, there's almost this thought that it's not necessarily damaging or dispelling magic per se, but it seems to be speeding up time almost.
I don't like that. Interesting. Can I? Okay. I look around for like, I don't know, like a branch or something that's on the ground that I can pick up.
Yeah, it doesn't take you too long to find like something lying on the ground.
Okay. Like I dip it in the water and hold it there for a little bit, and
Yeah.
then lift it up.
So as you take the branch and kind of bring it over the water again, you don't see a reflection of it in the water, but as you bring it down to touch, you see the water kind of bend away. It almost looks like it's got like a it's not getting wet per se, but it kind of flexes, and it would be like pushing something into mercury is how it would feel. Like it's very dense feeling, and you can't really push far into it. But as you do, you watch as the branch rapidly rots before turning into like very quickly just like straight into rot, and then like dissipates into nothing.
Nobody go in there. Nobody go in there. You'll die. I tell my findings to the rest of the group.
Okay. Maisie's been
I
like
wasn't planning on it.
Maisie's been like rapidly jotting everything down, like every little detail. She's like beginning to do sketches and stuff in her little notebook. She doesn't know what's going on either.
I have no idea.
Is Yuki here?
Yuki's passed out, yeah.
Oh, he's passed out?
Yeah, he's drunk out of his mind, passed out. But he's there.
I wanted to ask him what the fuck this is if he knows, but I guess he doesn't. Is there any other people around us? creatures?
it's just the 5 of you. 6, 7. Alfred's there too. I forgot about Alfred.
Oh,
Been with you this whole time.
yeah. just existing. Just
Yeah.
He just kept himself.
Yeah. He didn't give his name or anything.
Smart man.
Alfred, stick
So,
your
like-
finger in there.
No.
Come on.
Sorry. Fuck no.
Be a team player. Come on.
Is this where Yuki was pointing us to? Do we have a direction we can keep going? I asked.
Maisie kind of looks up from her notes and blinks for a few seconds, almost like she's remembering that you're all there. I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say that this is probably the ripple that we're supposed to investigate. We're looking for something that kind of matches this description.
Oh yeah, the ripple isn't. We see the reflection is a ripple, which so the ripple seems like it's in the sky, but it might not be.
Yeah.
Is there any clouds in the sky?
No. It's cloudless, like it's almost just like a kind of like a rose pink colored sky. Everything's like washed with this like very faint pinkish light.
What color's the gash on the sky? Or the reflection?
It's like a light blue. Looks it's very faint, like you almost don't notice it, but
How big is this lake?
it's pretty small. It's only about 20 feet across. Like it's not even a lake, it's just a pond really.
If we like move around the edge of the lake, does the position of the tear change at all?
No, it stays where it is. Like it looks truly like it would like a reflected object. So as you move, like the perspective continues, like it's the same. Look like you're looking at it from the same spot.
Should we go back and ask that moth friend?
I
Could
don't
be
think
moth
they'll tell
foe.
us. I don't think they'll tell us anything.
I think I really bonded with the moth.
I just think clearly this is some intense magical shit, and I don't know if any of us have the practice to handle this. But you know, the moth turned Romark's sword into a rotting stick, so.
Maisie sits and continues sketching, and then she kind of gasps a little bit.
Oh god, what?
Interesting. I think this might be a chronoscintilla. I
What? Sorry?
only ever read about it once. I didn't even really understand it when I read it, but it makes a bit more sense here. It's like it's not a tear in space, but like a thinness in time.
Does 24 hit?
Who are you hitting?
Babe,
Are you hitting the
Babe,
leg?
I literally nailed that spelling,
You killed it.
and
Wait.
I expect credit.
Yeah, you're nailing it. Unnamed no man. Who are you hitting?
The pond?
The pawn.
The figures in the pond?
So as
Hitting it with other I don't know.
as Maisie's having this like revelation of what this could be, you kind of stretch your hand out and you launch a witch bolt or an eldritch blast into it. Sorry. As it does, it almost looks like it like glances off the surface, but you finally for the first time see ripples where it hit and kind of arced off and into the sky. And as you do this, the ripples begin to get faster and faster and faster, and then it's almost like they become like vibrating, and they vibrate so quickly that it smooths out once again. But instead of seeing the sky above you, you see something different this time. And you can see Maisie immediately like gets right up to the edge and is like writing like feverishly as this is all happening. Do the rest of you look into the lake again or into the pond?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
You no longer see this like ripple in the sky that's kind of like tear. You see like a bright blue sky with little like puffs of white clouds. You see kind of an ocean laid out before you with a late setting sun kind of glistening across the top. As you see these visions, you can see one of the floating cities again, high above in the sky. But this time you can see a tower collapsing, and then another tower as it begins to crumble down, and then the city begins to plummet. You almost don't even notice that it's plummeting at first. You don't hear any sounds. You just see what's happening. You can just see, based on the perspective of the horizon and how this thing is moving, it is so massive that it almost doesn't look like it's falling. But you can see the towers crumbling and being left in the sky above it as the mass of this huge platform that supported this once great city plummets down. The rings upon rings of stone walls all beginning to like fall apart as the city kind of breaks in two. You see little flares on the bottom as these like arcane engines try their best to keep what's left of the city together and upright. But they slowly blink out one by one. And you can see for a brief moment a massive orange orb glowing brightly at the top. And it gets brighter and brighter, and then there's a and everything goes dark. The water becomes still again, and you can once again see the Feywild.
Was that the capital of the Netherese Empire? Isn't that like a floating city or whatever? Or
Looks like something like that, yeah. Give me actually a history check.
shit, okay.
And Maisie's like again just recording, like writing. She's like been very quiet. You're not too sure. You know it's a floating city, but you're not sure if it's the capital or if it's another has many.
Okay, cool. Was that like a vision into the future, or did that just happen? Like, what
I was
is
just
that?
about to ask that same thing.
Yeah.
Me too.
Is there any way to talk to people like outside, like in like our plane? Cause when was that? What is that? Wait, Maisie, do you
Does
have any idea
anybody-
what's?
Is anybody aware of the location of a floating city that may or may not look like that one?
Maisie's like trying to like rapidly write all this down, and she's like kind of absentmindedly answering some of these questions as you guys are doing. She's like, there's ways, yes, but I don't have anything. I don't recognize the city. I don't know if that just happened. Time gets kind of fuzzy in the Feywild. We could return and be 100 years in the future, or at the exact moment we left. That might be up to General Skara and the Netherese Empire as to how they transport us back, but it's a bit of a mess. She kind of kicks Yuki, and Yuki kind of rolls over a little bit. What? She's like, how can we get out of here? Get back to the Sword Coast? We need to go right now. And he kind of rolls over, and you can hear a little bit of a, you need to kick me. There's no easy way unless you want to pay a Fey, but go back to your camp. She kind of shakes her head.
Wait, did she explain what the Chronos scintilla was?
She didn't, because Wisp interrupted. But she kind of, as she like writes this down, she kind of rubs her head and goes, okay, my understanding, and this is a bit of a long shot if this is right, but it's like a thinness in time. So it can be a little bit of like a convergence of magic. It takes a lot of power to do something like this, even here in the Feywild where magic is wild. This is not a mirror of right now. I think what we're seeing is a reflection of what may come, and it could even not happen. This might not be the truth, but this looks like the Feywild trying to show us something right now.
I wonder if this has anything to do with all the weird shit that's been happening to the Weave that we've been hearing about. So, yeah.
I mean, if it's anything like this Fae stuff
Yeah.
is gonna be quite wild.
What does it mean by a thinness in time? Like, are things going faster? Or
She kind of shrugged. She said, look, I read this in a book 200 years ago. I am lucky to manage to remember it. I don't really understand it. I didn't understand it at the time. I still don't think I understand it now.
cool. Okay.
She kind of looks
Try to wrap
across.
my head around it.
Yeah, she kind of looks across at you all and does a little bit of a shrug and says, I have almost too much to send back at this point. I can't get this all in a single message. Should we head back to the encampment?
I guess, yeah, probably our best bet.
I think that's pretty much our only option at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless
I
we
really
want to
don't
deal with some Fae magic at
I
the
was gonna
tavern
say,
again.
I don't want to barter with any Fae.
Yeah, so as you turn around and begin to leave, you can see Maisie's like dumping water again onto Yuki's head, and his fur's all wet, and he kind of has that like wet dog smell to him. But he seems to be awake now and stands up. And again, you see that like kind of like exaggerated kind of features on him. But just as you're all leaving, who has the highest passive perception here? I feel like it might be you, Saya.
It's 13.
Definitely not me.
Who is Saya?
Yeah, unnamed roguish type.
Yeah. The blue-haired one.
Yeah. Blue-haired old man. And the redhead. There's two redheads,
And
I guess.
short. Yeah.
Yeah. The shorter of the two redheads.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Sexier of the two redheads.
yeah. We're gonna say that it's you, Saya. As you sorry, blue-haired one. As you turn to leave, you kind of hang back for just a half a second, staring into the reflection, trying to wrap your mind around this like thinning in time, if it even makes sense. And you ever so slightly think you might see something actually under the surface of the water this time. But as you kind of look down, you see a tiny little fragment kind of float up to the surface. Looks like a small crystal.
Can I use something to fish it out?
Yeah.
I'm not putting my hands directly in the water.
No worries. As you you grab you didn't use the whole branch that you were mucking around with earlier, but you kind of put it in, and as it's like disintegrating into the lake, you can kind of push the little crystal to the edge of the water where you can pick it up.
Okay. I pick it up and
Yeah.
I look at it.
It is quite warm to the touch, and it faintly hums, but you don't notice anything specific about it. It looks like it's shattered off of something much larger.
Okay, can I roll investigation?
Give me an Arcana check.
Good thing I invested in that skill. Holy shit.
It radiates more power than you could ever imagine. It is a very dark, almost like purpley maroon color. And as you kind of peer at it, you see the traces of this kind of like black, like kind of burgundy crimson lightning that kind of arcs across the facets of it. But as you do, even in this moment, you can feel the arcane magic dissipating out of it and vanishing. It doesn't feel like the weave.
But it's like emanating magic, basically.
Yeah, it was. It's almost as long as you've held it now. Like it's only for the few seconds. You can feel the power within it, and then it's gone. It feels inert, but it doesn't feel like the magical weave that anybody else is used to.
It's just like a little crystal.
Yeah, a little kind of dark crystal.
I go to Maisie and I tell her what happened. Do you know anything about? I don't know what this is.
She looks like really closely at it. Where did you find this?
it was in the water in the pond, and then I I fished it out, and then I picked it up, and then it was emanating some sort of magical energy, but not like the weave. The few times that I've used like a scroll or felt the magic of, seen other people do it, it was like a different kind of arcane magic. And now it's gone, but it was there, and now it's kind of I'm just holding basically a rock now, but I mean it was yeah whatever. Yeah, I think whatever. I mean, out of character, I think I know what it is, but I'm not gonna say it because my character doesn't know. But I was just like, yeah, she's just like, I don't know, some weird shit's going on with the magic and the weave.
Yeah, Maisie just kind of like shakes her head a little bit, like clearly very stressed out at this moment. Yuki's like literally like slumped across her shoulder, like she's got him like this, and she's like trying to write notes as you're talking. She kind of just stares at it and goes, I've never seen a material like this in my life. I've been around quite a while now. This doesn't look like anything that I've ever seen before.
Is there any magic that exists that's not the weave? I know the weave is magic and it's where we draw magical energy from, but is there anything else?
She nods and says, no. Mistral has provided the lands with the weave and all of power, even those who summon powers from divine entities. There's nothing else.
Who talked to Mistra that one time when we were talking to our gods? Was it Merlo?
I think me.
I turn to you and I'm like, hey, redhead, can you, and I show her the rock and I'd be like, if you ever, I don't know if it's gonna happen, if you ever talk to your god again, can you ask her about what the fuck this is?
I study it.
Give me a history check. Doesn't look familiar.
Rock.
Rock. Cool. Okay, well,
East rock.
Is-
Tries to skip it on Silver Fawn.
Is anybody else nearby? Like, you telling just Merla, or are you kind of keeping this on the down low?
I'll let everybody know. Just be like, what the fuck is this?
Okay. Yeah.
At least everybody
Yeah.
here should be like, any
I'm not sure
ideas?
it's rock.
Wisp, you're old as fuck. Do
Rock,
you know
yeah.
anything?
Romark tier.
Were there any runes or anything of the sorts on the stone?
No. Only thing you
Any
can kind of
markings?
glean from it, there's no markings whatsoever, but you can kind of glean that it does look like it was shattered, like it came out of like a larger piece. But yeah, tier Romark, give me a history check.
Oh,
Wow, everybody's rolling like shit today.
I'm a dwarf. I should know my rocks, man.
Yeah, wouldn't you have advantage on that? Stone cunning or something?
I mean, I don't have like any stone cutting.
It's okay, Romark got it. Romark, as you look at it,
Yeah.
you can't help but feel like you've seen this rock before. Like it was only last night in your dream memory, whatever it was, protruding from that central chamber.
Oh my god, guys, this is Mithril.
But not.
Oh shit, okay. Alright, fuck.
Something
That's
else.
why I didn't know. I
Oh, I
wasn't
do have
there.
stone cutting. Son of a bitch. I do have stone cutting.
Yeah.
It's in a different page. Son of a bitch.
No,
Sorry.
it's all good. Yeah, so you recognize, Romark, you recognize this as that kind of crystalline ore that had jutted from the floor in that like kind of area right before the like lava tube that you descended down, right at the end there. In the central of this chamber, you recall seeing that kind of really dark black crystalline ore that was like it felt like it was pulsing, like there was something living within it. And you remember seeing those kind of like dark maroon red arcs of energy crackling across the facets of it.
I can't be good.
Well, it led to death of 5 people, so
Yeah.
plus.
Cool. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'll put it in my pocket and be like, see where this goes.
Pocket rock.
Pocket rock.
Pocket rock.
So you'll make your way back through the Feywild. You don't have Yuki with you, but you the path is pretty tight here to get to where you were originally, so it's not too hard for you to get back. Maisie has a good memory too, and so does Wisp, with her unnamed old man. Have good recall of where they've been. So you do manage to finally wander back to the camp, and they don't even really put up any kind of hesitation to let you in. The doors open back down, and you see those same watchmen, Grandpa. You see the same watchmen who had been on guard before, who allowed you in. But they did kind of stop you and check you, and you can see one of them casts something that looks a little bit like some form of like a detect magic on you. And he kind of laughs a little bit as he looks at the rogue, the warlock, and the sorcerer, and says, "Oh, you guys, come on. Rule number 1 of the Feywild, you don't give your names." And Yuki kind of, "I know, right? That's what I'm saying." And he kind of is like, "I don't even know if I should be letting you in right now, but you were here before when we let you out, so don't get in any trouble." No promises. You kind of wander your way back. At this point, it's hard to tell time in the Feywild. It's always a very kind of faint, kind of like a permanent twilight sort of thing. It does get a little bit brighter in the day. But you would guess that it's probably been about 6 or 7 hours that you've been out wandering through these lands and your little adventure in the Laughing Den. But that's where we'll end it tonight.
That was good. That was really good.
You mean
I'm
this
excited
morning?
to see where this
This
is gonna
morning,
go.
yeah. You got it.
I don't
good
have
game,
any
guys.
guesses for
Story
what
is
that
building.
stone is. I'm so interested in what Orisha thinks that is, but I don't know if I want a metagame like that.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, Risha, I think you know exactly what it is. I don't say you're right,
It's
but
called
yeah.
Death,
Unrelated. Did you
It's
see
Death on a Rock.
Elder Scrolls 4
Yeah,
remake
I
came
have.
out?
Oblivion?
50
I did
hours
see
of
that.
Baldur's Gate 3.
Yes, sir.
I didn't actually watch. I want to watch the trailer for it because I haven't seen anything specific. But
Wait, the remake Oblivion?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Today?
it came out yesterday.
Oh, is
Well,
it
your
fun?
today, my yesterday.
yeah,
Is it
Uh,
actually?
Oh, yeah, I like the
Does
original.
anybody know though?
I
The
think
original
so,
was
yeah.
so good.
I think
It
of what I've heard from my